following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
We got Carlos from California. Carlos, what's happening?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great,
How are
man.
you?
Yourself?
Oh, very well, thank you.
That's awesome,
man. Thank you very much. Can I make a comment real quick?
Absolutely.
For me, it's a real challenge every time I'm doing a trade. And thanks to your help, I've been able to done a lot of things as far as trading. And I know there's a lot of Hispanic people who are listening, and they think this is a lot harder than it looks. But with your help, it's been a lot easier to make things sound very simple.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Well, listen, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women, and some of them will make a good match for you, and others won't. The two of you need to be like a key in a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 5, NASDAQ flat, S&P's up $1.50, gold contract flat at $1,304 an ounce. We have silver down 4 cents at $18.37 an ounce. Platinum up $4, 1,000 even. Copper up a penny at $2.26 a pound. Light sweet crude down 56 cents, trading at $44.10 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year note up 7 ticks, 130.08. 30-year bond up 26, 163.11. Both notes and bonds continue on higher price, lower yield. King dollar down 126 ticks, trading at 97.07. The euro is at $1.11, and the yen is at 103.10. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so we're coming into Brexit Day of June 24th, and the SPY. We're at 208.91. We've done 70 million shares out here today, and we'll see whether we can reject the lows of yesterday, which is the 208.46. You're at 208.89. What it looks like here, folks, is that you're still going to get a bounce in this market. Why? Because the way that we're coming into the Brexit area is dramatically much lighter volume. We're talking about, on a weekly basis, we're going for about 500 million shares versus 817 million. So the kicker is going to be, can the S&P basically close up 40, 50 cents? Right now, the SPY is only up 14 cents. The SPY and as well as the Dow Industrials, they're set up the same way. Dow Industrials are down $12 right now. You're into 17,917, and 17,946 is the top of that area. NDX 100. Well, here, actually, let's go to the composite first. So what the composite did yesterday was this. Composite takes out its swing low from the 12th of September and has the volume on the takeout. Bottom line, that's basically telegraphing that, guess what? The swing low from the 27th of June wants to get hit. That number is 45.74, and that's a long way down from where we are. I still expect that you're going to see a bounce out here, and that bounce more than likely is going to start inside the NDX 100, the 3 Qs. So if we take a look at the 3 Qs, what you're going to see is this. You're down 23 cents right now. You're trading at $113.83, and a close above $113.63 is going to be a rejection of lower price with lighter volume, subtle, no doubt. And this is what it is. The week of September 16th, we had made that low of $113.63. We did that with 180 million shares. Well, we have 126 million thus far. Next hour can do maybe 5 million at the most. So bottom line, if I add 5 million, that's 131 million versus 180. That sets up, I suspect, a bounce. That B to C, I'm expecting a B to C of an ABC structure on the way down. So it's going to be wild as we come into the election day on Tuesday. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract. We've had a flat day out here in gold today. We have had a low of $12.95. You get a high of $13.08. You have 198,000 contracts traded. Now, what you have, which is really cool, is this. When gold broke down on the 4th of October, you know, we went from 13.15 to 12.69 in a heartbeat. We did that with 351,000 contracts. Big number. We came up on Wednesday, and we came up with 242,000 contracts. Thursday, we did 229,000 contracts. We're going to do 200,000 contracts today. That is how you have to come into a downdraft. You have to come in with more force than the downdraft. That's what's happening on the daily. That's what's happening on the weekly. What you can expect here, I expect we're going to see a little more cause building to get up and over that whole area. Bonds, the 10-year note. What you have with the 10-year note is this. 10-year note continues to want higher price, lower yield. The 10-year note right now is trading at $130.09 ticks. We got back inside the higher range being 129.26. That sets up that, number one, your closest swing point is only 6 ticks away. It's 130.15. We're coming into that with dramatically higher volume. That swing has 1 million contracts. We're coming into it with 1.2 million. On Wednesday, we did 1.4 million. So I expect Monday we're going to get up and over that level, and it's going to go for this 131.23 area. 30-year is having a harder time getting back inside the higher range. The 30-year right now is trading at 163.12. That has to get up into the 164.13. Now, I expect we're going to see it because the 10-year is not going to just wander on up there by itself. We'll see how this shakes out at the beginning of next week. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar, folks, is setting up an ABC structure on the way down. King dollar right now is trading at 97.06. What King dollar had done is this. King dollar had gone topside October 25th. It looks like it's made its high up there. Had broken topside. Then what is it? It come back inside its lower range, and you're back inside this with some volume. So I suspect King dollar also wants to set up a B to a C of an ABC structure on the way down. We go take a look at the small caps, the Russell 2000. Russell 2000, this is pretty cool. Now, the Russell 2000, folks, okay, has been leading the way down. The Russell 2000, when you take a look at this, and this is pretty wild, the Russell 2000 topped out over a year ago. When you take a look at the Russell 2000 topped out in June of 2015. Bottom line, it let us down the last 3 weeks. Now what the Russell has also done, the Russell has bounced on lighter volume, and guess what? That is setting up the B2C of an ABC structure on the way down. So bottom line, you can expect more volatility. I expect we're getting a little push higher into these markets as we close. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. We got a great guest for you. We got Ellen Hirsch DeHaan. We're going to be talking condominiums. We're going to be talking HOAs. We're going to be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 1. You get the NASDAQ up 3. S&Ps are up 2. We got a special guest out here today, and you talk about keeping it all in the family. We got one big tiger family with these tigers and tigresses growling and prowling all over the country. Our guest today is Ellen Hirsch DeHaan, and of course, I know you recognize that DeHaan name because this is Nico's wife, number 1. Bottom line is that she is a attorney. She specializes in condominiums. She specializes in HOAs, right? In a big way. Right. And, you know, bottom line, folks, is that after this downdraft, which started in 2008, there's a lot of problems in real estate in general. The HOAs, they still have some problems that they're sorting through, right? Right. But we're coming back out the other side. You know? We are. So, you know, when we have folks right across the country, there's plenty of HOAs that are out there. What are the, well, here, let me ask you this. It seems that when you're dealing with an HOA, the rules and regulations are really important if someone is buying a place, right? Right. And
yeah. It's one of the things that people don't understand is that the documents run with the land, and you don't just move in and do whatever you want. It's
right.
not like, even in a homeowners association where you have a single family home.
Yes.
But it's, and you really have, people say, well, what should I be looking at when I'm buying? And I say, okay, well, first of all, do you have a pet?
Okay.
All right. So look in the documents. Can you keep a pet?
Right.
Do you have a lot of guests? Do you like to have your family come and stay with you? Is that a problem? Look in the documents and see what it says.
Because sometimes that is, huh?
Yeah, sometimes there are restrictions on guests and parking problems. How many cars do you have?
Right.
Do you have a child who'll be home from college and staying with you and needs to have a place to park? And so,
you know, what's intriguing here, folks, is that depending where you are in the country, in Florida, because we have so many over 55 places, I came into a HOA that was pretty intriguing, and this building was gorgeous. It overlooks the water. It's down at 100 Bluffview, okay. Which at 100 Bluffview overlooks the water, not too far away from where we are right now. But so check this out. So inside those documents, that this place had got delivered so long ago when people in Florida would just come in there to die, basically, that it was amazing. What was in these condo documents is that you could not put the dishwasher on after 8 o'clock at night.
yeah. Well, part of the problem is that you can't have restrictions that are not enforceable.
Right.
I mean, there was a community in the D.C. metro area that had a restriction. You couldn't flush the toilet after 10 p.m.
Really?
Now, how do you enforce that?
Yeah, right. That's good to know, though. So that's good to know that the aspect, because I always, I sold the place, not because of that, I bought it just to sell it anyway. But when I was looking at it, I was saying, this is crazy. So that, I guess, the board should update these documents at certain points, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of that, especially
Okay.
now. The boards, well, actually, it was very interesting because between 2007 and 2015,
Yeah.
when the crash occurred, and then all of the foreclosures occurred,
Yes.
and then now they're rebuilding and they're able to focus on something other than unpaid assessments and bank foreclosures.
Right.
Now they're looking at putting their documents into the 21st century.
Okay.
So making changes, getting rid of obsolete language, getting rid of things that are not being enforced now because lifestyle changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's good news.
Yes.
That's good news in general. There's
Good
no
for
doubt.
me.
Yeah. No, and for people that are
Yes.
buying places,
Yes.
right? What the inside documents, what I find quite a bit, that I know, we have the fund. Ellen works on some places and helped us out with a couple of the units that we have. And there's another unit that I actually just sold yesterday. But it's intriguing because it has to do, again, with, and this is the second time I've run into the same thing, as to common space. The owner owns it. This one here has to do with a place up in Safety Harbor, and there's a back wall.
Okay.
And the back wall has an easement, a 10-foot easement, okay? And then there's all shrubbery that growed on the easement. Well, they want to fix the wall, and they feel that the owner has to take down the shrubbery and put it back. And it's intriguing. I'm not going to be there, so I'm not going to, look at it. But I was looking at those documents. I said, "Oh, this is a call." You know what I mean? That subdivision has been there for like 30 years. Everyone has shrubbery in the back, but yet they're saying that you own it, but you really don't own it because it's the common versus.
Well, you own it subject to the easement.
Yes.
And that's true of every piece of property. There's easements for utilities, there's easements
Okay.
for roadways,
Right.
expansion, that sort of thing. So when you have an easement, if they have to get to the wall
Right.
and the shrubbery's in the way,
Right.
you're not allowed to impair the easement.
Right.
Even though it may be technically within your property boundaries.
Exactly. So that's so it's interesting because when I was looking at it, I said, okay, we'll take the shrubbery down, and then if you're going to do shrubbery, just pull back the 10 feet. I mean,
Right.
that's the reality, right? So that's something that's important too, because when I was looking at that backyard, I'm saying to myself, well, 10 feet's a long way. This is a big piece, so it's not that bad. But that's important, folks, that if you're buying a place,
Right.
to really read that, okay?
And
That-
look at your plat. Look at they give you a plat of your lot. If you're
Yes.
talking about a homeowners association, if you're talking about a single family home or a townhome, an attached home,
Right.
where you own the actual lot,
Yes.
then you want to be looking at the plat they give you with the papers when you're looking at buying.
Okay.
And see, where's the easement? Is there an easement on there?
Right.
And where is it? And also check the document. You really have to.
That's cool to know that is on the plot too. So
Yeah,
that
it's
should
like a dotted line.
Okay,
I
that's
will
awesome.
say easement with big letters.
No, that's great to know because it would make sense that there's easements on every single lot. There has to be, right?
You have your electric lines and your telephone lines and cable and whatever else.
And it's interesting though. I thought that 10 feet was a big easement. When I actually read it, I says, "Oh, this is interesting. That's a very large easement."
And there could be 15-foot easements too on some of these. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So what are things that people are running into now? What is like when people are calling you? Is it normally to upgrade documents? Or are there problems inside associations? What are the things that keep you busy these days?
Okay. Well, one of the things that's interesting is the generational dynamics
Okay.
of real estate sales.
Yeah.
Because the millennials had the crushing debt from the college loans.
Yes.
And were not able to qualify for a mortgage.
Okay.
So now we're starting to see millennials back in the market, and this is very recent.
That's cool. Yeah.
So that helps a lot with the sales.
Right.
And we have the baby boomers who are all over and are not leaving. In the old days, everybody retired. They went back. They went to, left home and went to North Carolina, or they went to Florida.
But now we're not retiring.
Now not retiring.
We don't plan on it.
Kicking and screaming, they're going into the 60s and 70s. And,
sure, right.
And it's so it's a different kind of market that's coming in. Now you have the dynamics. So you have your senior housing people.
Yeah.
Your retirees who bought 20 years ago.
Yes.
And then you have your younger people, your Gen X and your millennials who are coming in and are saying, well, we want reserves. And these folks are saying, no, we won't be here when we need to do that.
Ooh, let's talk about that. You stay right there. Ellen and I are going to come right back. This is a big issue, folks, because this has an issue as to the amount of money that a bank would lend on it. And this is a very important issue. You stay right there, folks. Ellen and I are coming right back. Dow Industrials are flat. NASDAQ is flat. S&P's up too. We'll be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Our guest today is Ellen Hirsch-DeHaan. She is a HOA attorney. Would that be
Community Association.
Community Association. It's a beautiful thing. Right out of the Tampa area. And if you do want to get if you happen to be around here, folks, and you want a great attorney, her phone number is 813-225-1918. Let's go to Dallas, Texas. We get Wayne from Dallas, Texas. Hey, Wayne, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great, man. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
I had a question for the guest. I was wanting to know the responsibilities and the authority of the HOA board, and as far as assessments and increasing HOA fees.
Yeah, the board of directors has full authority to manage and maintain and operate and repair. And it's just like the United States, we're a representative republic and not a democracy. So that means you elect the board, and then the board that makes all the decisions. You have to look at your documents to see if there are any limitations on that. But normally the board makes the decisions. The assessments, that doesn't mean they can just make assessments willy-nilly and for anything they want. It means that they have a duty to fully fund for anything that needs to be done. And if that means that the assessments have to go up. So, for example, we just had some major hurricane activity.
Yes.
And insurance is global. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your neighborhood. Even if we here in this area didn't have a hurricane, it still means Matthew decimated a lot of the East Coast.
Right.
So we have, the insurance is definitely going up. You heard it here, folks. It's definitely going up next year. So that may be a big increase, particularly for a homeowners association, where insurance is a very large part of the budget.
Sure. So, Wayne, are you having problems with a board? Or
Yeah, they didn't really let us vote on some of the assessment and the increasing the HOA fees.
Yeah, you have no right to vote under the documents or the law.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And you know what's happened here, folks? Okay, this is really important to understand, what Ellen said about it's a republic. So when you vote these people in, make sure you know that who you're voting in, or at least, have some representation and maybe have a little yin and yang in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it seems that what does happen is that it does take a lot of time. So sometimes people, my perception is sometimes people are a little power hungry in there, So you got to be careful of that.
It's interesting. I've given this a lot of thought because, there are people who will fight for their positions as if we were talking about the presidency,
I know.
Or the ownership of General Motors or something. But the fact is that there are a number of people whose identity depended upon what they did for a living.
Okay.
So
prior to this,
before they retired.
Yeah.
So if you say to them, "Who are you?"
Right.
They would say, "Well, I'm the vice president of the bank."
Right.
Or I own a realty company, or
Okay.
whatever it is.
Right.
Once they retire, and of course that wasn't who they were; it's what they did.
Right.
So now they have no identity. So what do? They immediately become board members, and
that's good to know.
And then they have an identity again.
Sure. Right.
So it's an interesting process, but. Run for the board if you feel strongly about it, and you're entitled to get lots of information from the association, like what are the bills and what was the increase and why are we having an increase, and all of that is available to you as an owner. That is a right that you have. So ask for records and look at it yourself.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, have a great one, Wayne. Have a safe one. We were just on the reserve topic because that is a heavy topic. I've owned 1, 2, 3. Let's see. We've had about maybe 8 condos in the last 3 or 4 years. I have 2 left, and I think it was only 1 condo out of all of those that was fully funded.
Yeah.
And I guess would this have something to do with the 2007, or is that a normal?
No. The law has allowed. The law in Florida is extremely odd.
Okay.
It says you have to calculate full reserves, and that's based on a estimated remaining useful life and the total amount it will cost to replace.
Yes.
And then you divide that by the years and by the months.
Okay.
And so, but you're allowed to waive the full funding. The board, but the members have to vote for that. That is something
the members vote for it. Yes,
yeah,
right.
So, the matures.
Yes.
Pretty much never funded reserves.
Okay.
So they were the we don't buy green bananas bunch.
Okay.
We won't be here when they ripen.
Because they feel like they're going to pass away.
Yeah,
so they don't.
Let my kids worry about it.
Okay.
So that's what they say. I've heard them say it.
Right.
And now you have the younger people who are saying, well, I'd rather have reserves. I'd rather pay a little bit every month.
Yes.
And not be hit with a $2,000 special assessment.
Yeah, right. Right. Because what does happen, folks, what Ellen just said about a special assessment, if push comes to shove and something actually happens, that has to be immediate. And the unfortunate part about something that's immediate, inside a building, there's going to be people that don't have that money and may not be able to get that money. I mean, no matter how much they want it, it's not, and that's a problem.
Well, you know, I like to say to people, okay, raise your hand if you would walk out on the street, find 100 complete strangers, and go into a full equity partnership in a business with them.
Yeah.
No, and nobody ever raises their hand.
Because that's what you're doing,
But
right?
that's exactly what they did. They went into a full equity partnership in a business, and to make it worse, it's the place they live.
And that's what these associations are. That's a great point, because that would mean people would do more due diligence coming into it as to what those documents are, right?
You know, in the 70s and 80s, an attorney would handle the closing.
Yes.
So the attorney would review the documents and would tell you what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
And then somewhere in the late 80s, early 90s, the title companies started doing all the
Right.
closings. They said you don't need an attorney for a closing.
Okay.
And now people don't know what they bought.
Right.
I had a call yesterday, an email yesterday from a client saying, and she passed on a comment from a fellow who's renting, and he was thinking about buying, and he kept talking about the condominium rules. It's a homeowners association. It's not a condominium.
Right.
He's about to buy in. He doesn't even know what he's buying.
Right. Right. Wow. And you know, I guess, you know, we've talked about some of the downside. I guess the upside, though, it would be that your house has to be a certain way. You can't pack trailers into them. You can't pack boats in them. So there are some big pluses, especially in Florida, it seems, right?
Right. It definitely maintains the property value.
Right.
And there are people all over Florida who look for a homeowners association or want to live in a condo.
Okay.
They want what they consider to be zero maintenance.
Yep.
And that you don't have to do the association takes care of everything.
Sure.
So
Right.
if you're a widow, or if you're a single person,
Yep.
if you're empty nesters.
Oh,
you don't
Mr.
wanna,
Fix It like me, I can't fix a thing. I can get it fixed, but I can't fix it. I'm not kidding. It's so funny. I mean, I love building things, but guess what? I'm not the person to do it. Yeah, that is so cool. Well, listen, we appreciate you being here. And folks, you can get hold of Ellen at 813-225-1918. Love to have you on again. This is a great segment. I mean, there's so many important things every day. We're always talking money, but this is so common sense that, you know, as people are doing this right across the country.
And when there's a lot of investment now in real estate, if you're investing in these in property within the associations, you really have to do your homework in addition to your due diligence on the purchase.
No doubt. Well, listen, thank you so much.
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You stay right there, folks. We got another good guest coming up, and you're going to be familiar with this guest. It's a secret guest. Dow Industrials right now down 25. Nasdaq's off 8. S&P's are down 1. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien. Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is down 22. We get the NASDAQ off 6. We got the S&P off 1. And don't forget, folks, at TFNN, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do live programming from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. All that programming you can get right on your cell phone. Go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. Our man right beside me, Mr. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark. They do a great show every Tuesday and Thursday, all about health, folks. We have a great special that's going on right now. If you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right on the front page the Primal Edge Healthy Holiday Special. Save $25 on an order of Primal Edge. And
got it right here.
That's a beautiful thing. And so from 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning, folks, Tuesdays and Thursdays, as you're going to work, check it out right at TFNN. So it was pretty cool having your wife on. You on? How cool
tell you,
was that?
one thing about Ellen is she's a problem solver, and that's so rare, I think, in the world of having an attorney.
Right.
Because most of the attorneys, they're always looking at the cases instead of the people.
Right.
But in the community associations, the type of law that she does, you have to be a problem solver because the people only come to you if you're solving problems for them.
Right.
And saving them money in the long run.
Right. And you know, like when we got the question from Wayne from Dallas, it was, you know, I knew that question, and because when we had people at the board asking Ellen the same question, and it's a black and white deal.
Yeah.
And that's pretty intense,
yeah.
Knowing that when you do elect someone, that's a black and white deal, because you don't realize it at the time. I don't think anyone realized it at the time. Do you know what I mean?
No, because you're anxious for the purchase and you really like the place, you want to move in, and this is just paperwork.
Exactly.
I mean, in a closing, how many people read everything? No, you're signing stuff.
No doubt, no doubt. So talk to us. First off, well, tell the folks what your show's about on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, Living a Primal Lifestyle, the whole idea is that we're trying to do some research on how to really remain healthy, something that I've been trying to do all my life.
Right.
And kind of shocked to find out about 8 years ago, I changed everything that I was doing.
Okay.
And it runs completely counter to what's in the mainstream.
Is it 8 years now doing this?
Yeah, 8 years.
That was a quick 8 years.
Maybe 8 years this summer.
That's a quick 8 years, though.
Oh, it's huge. And, you know, one of the great things that happened.
Nico and I have been together, folks, since 1999, which is just crazy. We were in the same building when 9/11 was happening.
That's right.
And it's 2016, man. That's crazy.
It goes pretty
go ahead.
fast.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So one of the great things that happened was that I ran into Paige actually on Facebook. We correspond a little.
Okay.
And she was after the fluoride thing. So we connected, had a little lunch together, and I said, why don't you come on the show and we'll talk about the fluoride, and we'll talk about vaccines and stuff that she was really into. And, well, we got along.
Meaning into against them.
Just trying to get information about actually what's going on with vaccines, what's going on with these drug companies, and why is everybody in America looking heavier than we have been all along in past 50 years that I grew up.
Right. And that's the world too, actually, right?
Well, it is becoming everyone that's westernized and eating those foods.
As soon as processed food comes into it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, right.
That's the real thing. Just go back to what your grandmother and grandfather ate, and you're going to be a lot healthier. But we're finding out through research that, and this research is really available to everybody, but they have to dig it out.
Right.
And you have to look at both sides and decide for yourself what's right and what's not. One of the ways I do that is I changed my diet. I changed the way I was doing it because I was on the low fat, trying to eat organic and eating the whole grains and doing all the things that, the government kind of sells.
Right.
Yeah, and then once in a while have the fast food if you're too much in a hurry or, whatever. Snacking at night, naturally. You're watching TV and you got, it might be healthy snacks. But what is health? That's really what we started. So I started finding out things like, well, Kellogg's Corn Flakes weren't really a health food.
Right.
And that yogurt is, questionably a health food, but only if you get it from somebody who's actually making it, not from a store-bought type of thing. So, and of course, I knew all along that processed food is not going to be good for you because the more processed, the worse it gets. And people throw stuff in there.
And then, so let's talk, one of the big ones that started right away, folks, had to do with with butter, where fat, because there is good fat. There's really good fat, right?
Well, in fact, that's what we should be running on.
Right.
Instead
of sugar, you're running on
we're
fat.
actually just like a car running on oil.
Right.
Pretty much. That's and that's the thing that happened about 50 years ago. We had the appearance of margarines and Crisco
Plastic.
along with the cereals. Yeah. And these were in those days they were made out of cottonseed oil.
Okay.
So something that we don't even eat. Okay. Then they switched over to flaxseed oils. They switched over to canola oils.
Even worse oils, really.
Right? Yeah, industrialized oils. Oils you can't get if you just squeeze it. You have to actually use chemicals to get them out and extract them.
Interesting. Okay.
Where the natural things like olive oil, like maybe grapeseed oil, but even what we used and what you used, I know you were in the restaurant business.
Right.
What did you use to fry your French fries in?
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of oil it was.
No, it wasn't oil. It was lard.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah,
right.
It was lard.
Right.
That's whatever. McDonald's started on lard.
It's amazing. That's right, because it came in a big box like this, and you take it up, and it was all white. Yeah,
it was all white. It was solid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So when they invented things like margarine, when you take it through the process, is actually gray. So then they had to bleach it with chemicals, and then they had to color it. And in the beginning, they had this button on there, and you'd have to knead that button, and that's where the color was in there.
Really?
And then they figured out how to put the color in, and but margarine was touted as something really healthy when it clogs everything up.
Amazing. So tell us, what's inside Primal Edge? Why is this so good?
I'm not a chemist. I worked with a chemist and worked with Paige, and Paige was the one who knew what she wanted, and something that you could take once a day, every single day, and get all the nutrition you needed.
As a supplement,
As a supplement.
Right.
Because we know we're not getting things from the food, and we know this because our soil is so bad.
Yeah.
And, if you're running an organic farm and things like that, you have to let the soil rest. You have to use different crops in the wild where everything is kind of not perfect, but everything just works.
Right.
Okay. There is no such thing as a whole field of one kind of plant.
Right.
Everything is intermingled, and usually they complement each other, or one takes over the other, and everything grows, and what survives there is usually strong.
Okay. And the different seasons give you different foods, right?
That's true.
And that's crucial.
Yeah, it's really important. Think about the fruits. Fruits come for about 2 weeks, and different fruits in different 2 weeks, but they all raise your blood sugar, which helps you gain some weight, which is really what you need if you're going into the winter.
Okay. That's interesting in the aspect that when I think of fruits, it would be saying to me, well, fruits should always be good for you. But that's not the fact, is it?
Well, if it was in nature, if it was good for you all the time, it'd be there all the time.
Okay.
The only thing that's ever there all the time is you.
So the theory, the basis would be that wherever you're living, what is growing at that point
is what's healthy for you.
Is what's healthy for you.
As long as it's grown wild, I would say. Now, if we cultivate it, that doesn't mean we're ruining it.
Okay.
But it does usually tend to sweeten things. It does tend to have less nutrition because now you're marketing it. You have to make a profit out of it. So, the lines become blurry as to whether you have ethics or not, or you just want to make money.
Okay.
So, And I'm one of the firm believers that on health, those issues should be out of the picture completely.
Okay.
Now, I know we live in a society that doesn't do it that way, but we have to think that way.
Totally. You stay right there. Nico and I are going to be coming right back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down 36. Nasdaq's off 10. S&Ps are off 2.5. You can come over to our website at TFNN, folks. You're going to see the special right on the front page. You can order the Primal Edge right here, right now. Nico and I are going to be coming right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got our man, Mr. Nico DeHaan here. And don't forget, folks, Nico and Paige, they got a great show. Keep your health every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning. As you're kicking off, ready to start a great day, remember you can get them right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. You hit Tiger TV. We're talking Primal Edge. We're talking staying healthy, basically. So, putting this together, why did you put this together?
Well, I was always searching for that one thing to take.
Yes.
And all these pills.
No, you did, because I work out with Nico almost every day, folks. And over the course of the years, I've seen them all. Yeah.
And it was really costing about $350 to make me satisfied with what I was taking.
Okay.
And I was taking it from these great people like Mark Sesson in the paleo world, and supplementing what I thought was the best thing. And I really went to a pharmacist at first who also knew about herbs, and to get what I needed. So we got together, and Paige says, I know what we need to base it on, because I asked her, what are you taking? She says, well, I'm taking this and that. I would really like one thing to take. And it has to be liquid, because otherwise there's all kinds of problems.
It's easier too,
Well, it's definitely easier, and it keeps the product a lot fresher. So she knew a chemist that lived in Texas.
Yeah.
And she cured herself from brain cancer through the humic and fulvic regime, just that alone, without anything else attached to it. And the beautiful thing about humic and fulvic acid, they're in soil. And they're the signaling partners with your health, with your body. And they signal what needs to leave your body and what needs to come in.
Okay.
So that means that the food that you're eating will actually have the benefit that it's made out to be. And it cures things like your stomach problems, digestion problems. It's not a cure-all. It's if you're healthy and if you're eating a good diet and you take this, you're going to be in real supreme health. If you're not watching your diet and you take this, it'll probably help you a little bit, but it's not nearly going to help you because it always starts with the food that you're taking.
Yeah. Does it push poison out of you? Or
Well, it signals the cell what to release.
Okay.
So the cell is it doesn't just let anything in.
Sure.
There has to be a reason for. So the biofield in your body is giving the signal to take this out and put this in, and therefore the cell can heal. When the cell heals, then your whole body. Because what we're really into is discovering that our own immune system is very sufficient for taking care of you probably for 120, 130 years.
Well, you know what's intriguing is that Tommy and I do the show in the morning, and Tommy started taking it, 1st of November. And what's really cool also is that, and we've been talking about this, is that staying healthy and keeping it at the top of your mind is important. And just waking up in the morning, having some, that helps you all day. Well, it can help you all day.
It can help you all day because that's the start of it, and why should you screw it up?
Yeah, exactly. So that when you're looking at food, you'll stay maybe on the outside of the
well, this is why people do things like exercise or go for that morning walk.
Yeah. Because
they know that if I do it now, I don't have to worry about it later. And that's the beautiful thing about Primal Edge. You take it once, you don't have to worry about anything else later.
Right. And there's no doubt the morning deal works. And I think for all of us, you just got to remember, do you want to live healthy or not live healthy? Because you can live a long time, but that health deal is
it's that last 20 years that I worry about.
It's so important.
And I don't think I've started that. I'm 72. I'm feeling wonderful, probably the best I've felt all in my life till now. And I want to say at 100 that I'm looking for the last 20 years.
I like that.
That's my attitude, and that's what I want. And I think attitude plays a big role, too.
It does.
Everything that you do positively, and you always state this, whatever you bring about.
Whatever you think about, you bring about.
Exactly.
I believe it. I mean, it's, we're more powerful than we realize.
That's
folks.
why placebo
if I've
learned
anything.
The placebo effect.
Yeah, right.
That's why it works. It's just a suggestion. People you trust give you something.
Yeah.
And then it works.
Yeah. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Check it out on the front page of TFNN. Thanks, Nico. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Look forward to speaking right back here Monday morning, 8 o'clock. Wow! Go get them, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.